Smoke, smoke. Escape them negative fruits. Mary J, I need you in my soul. As I wake up, I need to roll. I need to smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, done now. Back here with another episode of Fend Stories. You get me? Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Yeah man, I've got my guest here today. He's back with another one with us, man like Raw Trexx. Introduce yourself.
Done know at Raw Trexx, music for everything, you get me? Beats on lockdown out now. Done know, thanks for having me, friend.
Come on man, always my broski, you get me? Also check out the merchandise that Raw Trexx got going on right now with the RAF clothing. Hip Hop 100, you get me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so yeah man. Tell them where they can go and get that, man.
Yeah man, get that thing now at RAF by Design at myshopify.com, you get me? Like all RAF and Hip Hop 100 merchandise on there now still. Daily deals, you can pay now, buy now, pay later with Klarna, everything, so go check that out.
Also, don't forget to follow Natural Flavors on Instagram, Natural Flavors UK, for your punches. You know, we've got the milkshakes here today, and we've got Guinness Punch, you get me? You can get your food Tuesdays and Fridays, pre-order only, yeah, but for more info, follow that page and they will get to you. But today, we've got a serious topic, my brother.
Yes, deep, so.
It's been a mad thing, you get me? Flipping, obviously after all Corona still going on and that. Boy, we're gonna discuss injustice, like police brutality, and we're gonna discuss like, you know, racial injustice. You get me? Yeah man, that's it. Racial injustice, like, you know, all these fascist people, and yeah man, it's a deep episode. So today we're gonna start with you know, growing up and that, innit? So I'll give you a little bit about my background. Boy, when I grew up, we grew up in Tulsa. Anyone that grew up with me can relate. We didn't really look at people at like, you know, this person that colour or that person that colour. We grew up, we didn't see no colour. You see what I'm saying? Like, my friend upstairs, he was Polish. My friend downstairs was Turkish. You know, man had mixed race like myself, friends. We had Jamaican friends, we had Nigerian friends, Ghanaian friends, friends from Somalia, basically from all over, innit? So obviously due to the history of where man grew up in Lambeth, which is like Tulsa, Brixton, you know, you had the riots of in the 80s and them times there. You know, the Brixton riots, innit? So obviously that was due to because of police brutality. A lot of the National Front at the time was marching and, you know, going up and down. And obviously RIP to Stephen Lawrence. Stephen Lawrence got killed by some fascist guys as well. So, you know, and then there was the Lucian riots, New Cross. So in them kind of jurisdictions of areas where man grew up, it was kind of different. Like, we was like a unity. We was a unity, so I'm saying like we was all one, innit? Obviously it was more kind of beefing different ends or having problems, even in-house, but it was never to do with where someone's from or their race.
Everyone in-house, it's nothing of a race or colour thing, you get me?
You see what I'm trying to say?
White brothers, you have Asian brothers, you have...
That's right, we had Asian friends,
whatever, it don't matter.
From all different types of backgrounds, all different types of religions, all different races, and at the end of the day, we're from one race, and that's the human race, innit? And if we really go deep back into time, bro, everyone... You know where you come from, innit? If you do your research, I don't need to tell you, you get me? But yeah man, Kemet, that's all I can say. But anyway, so obviously growing up, you know, we never really had no issues in our area with racism. Like, no one was coming around, like National Front could never march in our ends. They all get smacked up. They would have got smoked, smacked, whatever, you get me? And that's not a threat or anything, because that's the past, but that's the reality of what would have happened because of the population of people in that area were multicultural and everyone stuck together, you see what I'm saying? So I heard about racism, like when people would be like, oh, if you go to places like Orpington or if you go to places like Eltham, yeah, and then and obviously we had a pub in our estate, and then it was called the Chestnut Pub, and then one day now, obviously we used to go in there and that, like going there to use the toilet or whatever, but we never go in there to drink, like going there to play a game of pool with a couple of the man them, and there was a few people from the estate that chilled in the pub, like young guys that white friends and things like that, but they were never like racist, and but few of the older people in the pub, it's like they had an agenda on, man, innit? Like, oh, I had an afro, yeah, you look like Jackson 5s, all this shit. Cut a long story short, one day now we was outside the pub, And like we was I think one of my friends was kind of talking, but he had his back towards kind of one of the guys, innit? And as he was walking, he accidentally barged him. Obviously the guy said, you nigga or whatever, something like that. Or next minute we had a big madness, innit? Big scuffle, we was fighting them. One of their heads got bust. Obviously the man them, because as the fight's kicking off, yeah, the police have rolled through, innit? When the police have rolled through now, CIDs though, innit? We knew the car. Obviously they've seen like me, because I had something in my hand for self-defense. And it's it's just like a stick that I found. And then man swinging it, whatnot. Police have caught me in it. So I've dropped the stick, I've started running and that. And then I'm chilling like near my area now, innit? On one grass thing now. Like in the estate now, you got like one little grass bit in it, so I'm chilling there, innit? I had my zoot as well, I didn't even spark my spliff, so I put my zoot behind me because I know feds are gonna try and roll up on man, take man's greens or whatever, innit? You get me?
Yeah.
So man's there now chilling. Boom, man, just see two white guys like with their hoodies on with like Nike jumpers, them old school Nike with the Nike, the logo, that big, you know that old school Nike jumper, innit? Yeah, I'm looking, they got some big dog with them as well, you get me? I'm like, but this is our station, but our station was weird, fam. It's like it's got bear, like it's got mad rabies, like it's got corona, it's got everything, fam. That's the reality of it. And then boom, like, they see me in it, because obviously they've clocked my description from when I was up near the pub having a scuffle with the racist lads. And then fucking, they've rolled up, excuse my language, they've rolled up on me now. And my next virgin that was obviously with us at the time, when he's cut out, he's come back, but he's come back on his bike, so he's sitting next to me and we're like, don't move! But they're rolling up like they're the man them from the pub, so at first I'm thinking, right, this is the man them. Then I clocked, they're like, it's police, don't move, but they're not showing me no identification, you get me? So I'm like, right, don't let go of it, like, don't let go of that dog, you know, hold the dog in it, and I'm not moving, I'm not going nowhere, innit? So man, they've come to man now, the dog's they're proper scaring me, fam, like, you know, like, you might as well say they should have let the dog after man, fam. The way they were moving, innit? So man's there now, I'm chatting to them now, they're like, man, basically we saw a weapon in your hand and, you know, you've assaulted this gentleman over there in the pub and, you know, it's assault or whatever, and the GBH, his head's bleeding, this and that. I'm like, look, I explained the story. I said, look, these guys are racist, yeah? No snitching, nothing. I said, these guys are racist and they were racially abusing us and it was self-defense. They tried to racially attack us and it was self-defense. Cut a long story short, they said they want to see what weapon I had in my hand, you know, whatever. So there was one young kid, but he's like one of our friends now, but he bless him. He was like, yeah, come on, I know where you put it. So he's like, because the police were looking to nick me, so I'm like, what stick? You get me? I have no stick in my hand. Obviously, man's denying it, innit? I'm not gonna be like, yeah. I'm just saying these guys are racist. And obviously, so what happened? I don't know. My next person that I'm saying is there. They're like, was he with you as well? I said, no, I don't know him, man. Go away, you get me? Cut a long story short now. They've cuffed me. So they're like to the little young G, yeah, where is it, innit? Where is it? Because we want to see that. They want to take me station and see if it's got blood on it. Cut a long story short. He's like, here it is. Look here. He didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Boom, they looked at it in the ditch. They just said, next time, just don't go over there, like, you know, like, they didn't question them for nothing, innit? So it started then, innit? Yeah. There was a few stories where people came out of the area, like places even like Mitcham, Pollard's Hill, those places there, and the NF guys, they ran me down, and you know what I'm saying? Me and my friend went up to Preston one time, we went up to go and do some business up there, innit? So we're in Preston now, we're going to Morecambe, that's near where Tyson Fury and the man from Saturday past Manchester and that, innit? So we're going up there now, some used to drive past in the car, you fucking niggas there. My brother's like, what's up, your mum? I'm just like, Rock, can we chase them? Shh. Then I'm thinking, but hold on, bro, we're out of the area, fam. What can two of us do in these kind of, you know what I'm trying to say? So that was my experiences, isn't it? But obviously, man don't like racists, isn't it? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think they're ignorant and they're uneducated. You see what I'm trying to say? People that are racist are uneducated, you get me? So you tell them your little side, man.
But you know what it is, fam? It's like, when you go up, like you said, fam, like for us, we didn't really look at it as a thing like that car.
That's right.
Our thing was like, we saw Stephen Lawrence got killed by it, so it's like, wow, we know it's like, even between us, there might be infighting or beefing or whatever, thing like that still, but still, when you go to these ends or these areas, what's up with the man there, still.
Yeah, that's right.
Even when I was going to school, like, my parents sent me to Elton, like in like to a private school, but still, just the fact that it's in Elton,
is where that incident happened.
Taking place. Obviously, when I'm getting older, I'm getting bussed there by myself, and obviously, this is the time now all postcode things are passing off and everything.
Well, yeah.
So, and you're missing schools and all these things with it. So it's just mad, fam. So, yeah, fam, it's still the same thing. But a lot of like the racism is in society now is like institutionalized. You get me?
That's
like,
right.
Even in school, like sometimes like you might come to school with Afro, innit? Like you said, they might call you piggy head or some shit like that. You get me? Still, and you're thinking, wow, is that what you're trying to say? I've got to do this to conform to stand in to get the grades or whatever. And even still, there's still like when you say you're going out, teachers still searching you because my hands are in my pockets a red way. Like if you had the excuses like people have pulled me over, like let alone you or the man, you get me?
That's
Like,
right,
it's stupid still. It's like my phone looks like a weapon, or my hands in my pocket a certain way, or you're moving safety, or some bullshit, fam. It's
real
like,
talk, bro. Real talk.
and it's like growing up, you just build up that resentment. So even from long, I'm watching like certain political programs and certain rappers in it, like they're saying like certain things, like you said, like certain rappers like Styles or even like Immortal Technique, they'll say something like, "Wow, no, this system is designed against you." Innit?
That's right,
like,
yeah.
And you see from, and because I get a broad perspective, I'll come back to ends, man, I'm still going through the same thing like you are, you get
That's
me?
right,
Like,
yeah. And it's not to say, like I said already, like there was people in that area, white people, black people and that. And obviously we was still living in the same area, so it's like them white people still lived amongst us, we still lived amongst them, and we're all going through the same struggles, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when it came to the poverty side of things, it was like we're both affected, innit? But you could still leave school maybe without your grades and get a better job than I can. Maybe because of my colour, or maybe because of my area and who I am, you know, maybe because they will look at that person and say, alright, cool, we might rather hire him. But at the same time, it's not to say that, you know, them people there that grew up with us, the white people, you know, there's people that don't consider themselves as black, innit? You know, like there might be some like Arab people, and they grew up in the same environments as us and experienced the same struggles.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we experience harder struggles. You get me? Because it's like we've been profiled, innit? Back to the police, innit? There was loads of circumstances in the area where we was all profiled, innit? You see what I'm saying? But at the time, because we was out there doing madness anyway, it was just normal to us, innit? That's the reality of it. So it's like, raw. But certain man, real talk, certain white youths on the ends, yeah, that was doing the same shit as man, because they were keeping up bare crab as well. They weren't going jail as much as us, man. And there was a bag of them. When I mean, like in the 90s, you know, when I first moved to Tulsa, there used to be a crew called the Gaywood Gang. You get me? That it was around the time of obviously having 28s, and this is why the racism in our area couldn't run, because we had man like 28s there. We had man like the Untouchables before them. So you had the ghetto boys, you get me? So these things ain't happening in our area because the man, them gangs, them time they were on smoke, you get me?
Yeah,
so, but at the same time, we had a little crew called the Gaywood Gang, not my crew, but it was a crew that were a little bit older, and it was just, they were just fading out as I was growing up, innit? And they used to like light vehicles and drive them down the hill at the back of my block. You used to see bare vehicles lit, ice cream trucks, fam. They used to hijack, like rob ice cream trucks and do madness, innit? Burgle houses, and there was one youth that used to roll with them. I ain't gonna mention his name because I'm not trying to incriminate anyone, but he was Mandem. In the end, later on, he was rolling with Mandem in Brixton Hill or whatnot, innit? But that youth that used to roll with them, he was the only one that was kind of chill, bro. When I really look back at it now, he was the only, not saying that the other ones didn't, maybe they did, but these youths, bro, they were causing so much they were doing so much antisocial behaviour in their state. The police didn't care about that. They just cared about the niggas that were out here on the block. Even if man was just chilling innocently, they're pulling up on man, or they're harassing man, they're dragging man up, they're kicking man down, man's getting into, because man's not having it as well from them. Man's like, what the fuck, you show us what? Scuffing them and shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, the profiling, like
the profiling
from everyone, like the police, the media, the government, all branches, like they have branches set for black on black.
Have agendas, and
black on black, like task force.
That's right, like Trident, Operation Trident was created for black on black violence. And it's like, hold on, but wait there, you just created that for black on black violence, but we also know there is white on white violence going on.
It's
We know
like
there's white and black violence going on. You see what I'm saying? Like these fascist people that we was talking about even. So how comes they didn't create a unit for when Stephen Lawrence passed away and said, alright, cool, we're gonna create a unit for the National Front to clamp down on these men. But yet they want to clamp down on anything to do with black, clamp down anything to do when they say it's like when it's religion, that's terrorism, that's this, or they create a unit for that. They will create certain bills and certain laws.
It's anti their way of thinking.
Right, fam. And it's like, bro, hold on, fam. You man do the same shit, fam. You get me? You man keep up the same madness as what everyone else is keeping up with. Because that's like what I just said, we're all humans, fam.
Yeah, because
if
the courts actually persecuted paedophile and rape, that's the same way as murders and drug dealers and all these other stuff like that, it would be even more even feel.
Thank you.
But
Because paedophiles, yeah, are getting 2 years, 3 years. Some paedophiles, they've got rings. I don't even want to go into it, but they've got rings and things like that. And it's like, these men are getting away with murder, really. And then there's men that are out here, yeah, they might be hustling drugs or whatever, but they're getting 10 years, blood. Man for robbery. And like there's like in my area there was real bank robbers, there was real man that were villains and they were robbers, brother. And these were niggas, fam, like black man and proper man them, and they used to give to the hood, innit? But they had an addiction, and it was like they were robbing, and then they got life, bro. Remember what was going on with the other day? Man got life, bro. I showed you as well, you get me? Man got life, bro, and it's like, hold on, you're giving him life, bro. He didn't even take no one's life. When he was doing all the moves, he didn't harm no one. The most he might have done is frighten people. Yeah, right, cool, you was at work, you got frightened. You're working in a bank, what do you expect, blood? You're working with money. That's how it goes, blood. That's the risk. No matter, you get me? So there's just certain things, and it's like you just said, the systematic racism is at its all-time peak right now. It's at its all-time peak, and it's always been like that. But where it is now, even when you look at America, I'm not gonna go too much into their thing. Obviously, we'll go into how things have started and that. But even with America, yeah, it's like boom, they gave man Obama, innit, to say sorry, like to say like we're sorry, yeah, it's a black president now. We're paying you back. That's and then next minute they put Trump in power. You see what I'm trying to say, fam? And then when Obama was in power, all the victims that we lost, all the fallen soldiers that we lost, because we feel your pain. We're here, but we still feel your pain. All the fallen soldiers that we lost due to police brutality and racism, was under the Barack Obama regime when he was the president. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and then people are saying like the Obamacare or something like that for the healthcare thing, because he probably knew coronavirus was coming. We don't really want to get into that. So that's the situations like. So we've even got notes here like,
but even
like of how we're trying to twine everything together, because there's a lot to go on about Trexx, isn't it? And we're a platform and we have to make ourselves heard, don't it? You get me?
And yeah, that's what everything's come down to now, because everything like, including Black Lives and riots and protesting, it's like it's something that forefront now where you either got to speak up now,
right?
I would stand your ground or cut, innit? Like basically, because now like we see events in America, like it's been building up for the past 4 years, innit? The past 4 or 5 years in particular. Like you turn on the news, you hear this woman got killed in jail by police, or this man got shot there by police, or this person got raided by police, and it's this war, but it's not justified. And you're thinking, how long can this keep running? And then we have COVID, so everyone's thinking, okay, nothing's crazy gonna happen now, innit? Like that's the last thing on my mind. Innit? I'm thinking, wow, let's see if we can get back to normal, innit? Everyone's get back to health, innit? Now I'm just turning around seeing that. Now I'm turning on. I'm seeing 8 minutes 46 seconds of a guy kneeling on a fucking brother for what? For what really? Like fucking bullshit, fam. And then it does explode from there, fam. Like
real. That's real. And you know what? Yeah, for me, when Corona started, when this thing started, not to keep going back into Corona, innit? But I put a post up on my WhatsApp, so whoever has got me on their WhatsApp and on Instagram, they know, fam. I put the post up and said, civil unrest, bro. These situations that are created by the forces or whatever, or that's created by nature. Look, people got time on their hands right now. You get me? And people are at home, people are sitting and watching and paying attention, whereas before now, all this stuff was happening, fam. But people are blind, fam. They're blind, bro. We've got a list of names here that checked you, Rick. You see what I'm saying? You can even go over them. We've got a list of men that happened, and these are in that 2016.
These are all like in the past like 5 years.
So name some of the list. Name some of these people, these victims on the list.
Yeah, fam. Just Eric, like I said, Eric Garner was the first one to say, I can't breathe.
That's right.
Officers choked him out. This was 2014.
That's all 14.
And Rory in 2029. And then you got people like Michael Brown, Tamir Rice,
R.I.P.
Walter Scott,
R.I.P.
Alton Sterling,
R.I.P.
Fernando Castile, Stephen Clark, Breonna Taylor. I'm sure there's probably more that
there's many more
missed out. Like even the recent ones that I see Brooks that got shot in in Atlanta, I think.
That's right. Yeah, that's just recently. That just happened the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you turn on the news. The most I'm hearing about is like, okay, the cop got fired.
Yeah.
Oh, this cop.
That's not good enough.
But he gets released or bailed out.
Yeah.
It's like
it's not good enough.
It's like
it's not good enough.
And you wonder why people are around him.
It's not good enough. Exactly.
You wonder why.
Exactly. Civil unrest is happening now. So now, boom. So back to the names that we've just mentioned. Yeah. R.I.P. to the fallen soldiers, and our condolences go out to all their families, and also all the injustice that's happened to the people in the UK. Yeah. We will even hit on that, like get a proper episode on that one, and we will get some guests, whoever wants to get involved. But what we're trying to say now is, so this has been happening since 2014, as Trexx has just explained to you guys. And even before this, innit? But what we have been documenting to social media and that we've seen, innit?
Yeah, well, we just seen.
Alright, so if that's been happening since 2014, yeah? Why were we protesting then? Why wasn't we going mad then? Because that's the same, it's the same. I don't want to keep going on. So what it is, Corona's happened, like I said, people got time on their hands sitting at home, they've had enough. They're losing their jobs, they're losing their lives. You get me? People are losing family members due to this so-called fight or whatever it is. I don't even know where it is, yeah? So they're like, fuck this, civil unrest. This is where it goes back to civil unrest. Yeah? And also, our people are uprising, fam. The revolution is happening. The revolution will be televised, fam. Now man can see the revolution happening. You see what I'm saying? So, and the revolution doesn't mean it happens in one day. It could be happen over a period of time. You see what I'm trying to say, Trexx? So, yeah, the revolution's happening because people are like, fuck this, fam. Like, sorry if I keep swearing, you guys. This is a passionate episode, you get me? But yeah, fuck this, man. Like, we're gonna, you get me? A man ain't even worrying about looting and them thing there. We're not worrying about that.
It's not even about looting, cause
that's what they were doing. Obviously, people done it. Obviously, R.I.P. Mark Duggan, condolences to his family when he passed away back in 2011, and the whole of London got burnt down. The whole of London, the whole of the UK was getting mashed up.
You already know.
You see what I'm saying? But the whole point of it is not about that, because people start going back, oh, they just want to loot, they're hooligan, they're vandalism. Alright, cool. So now we've got this situation that's happened. Now, George Floyd, yeah, is the most recent victim, yeah, that's happened. It's brought back up memories. People got time on their hand now, boom. This movement called BLM in America, they've started since this 014, 016, around them times there. These people that are saying they're behind it, yeah, because there's two differences. The slogan, the real name of Black Lives Matter, we know Black Lives Matter. But now what's happened is people have created a movement and they're marketing, they're making money, you know, from injustice, from slavery. Like, you know,
it's a different.
It's
their agenda, for their rights.
Yeah.
For their rights as well. So.
And then they got other agendas that like you know, you're not meant to bring in a person's sexuality is when it comes to race. You're not meant to bring in a person's religion when it comes to race.
It's not supposed to be like profit either. Like
it's not meant to be about profit. You get me? It's not meant to be about any of that.
Cool then.
Yeah, fam. So
yeah, no.
Obviously the BLM, yeah. So obviously they've created a movement in America, innit? So obviously the whole world is protesting now, innit? You get me? Because like I just said, people are paying attention now, innit? People's got time on their hands, innit? Now is the time for civil unrest to happen. Now is the time for a revolution to happen. They are the same thing.
Yeah.
But a revolution is with a cause. Civil unrest is a cause, but it's because of what the situation they've been put in, innit? Right. So anyway, cool. So BLM, have set up their thing in America. Their agenda is not what man's on. You get me? Like I just said, yeah, it's a different thing, fam. They're on some different thing. We don't need to go into that. But like I said, you can't be bringing in what your sex is or whatever to what man's been through in slavery, bruv. You get me?
And people owning Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
the business and
yeah.
profiting of the algorithms
That's right.
of Instagram and so on.
Yeah.
Every time someone posts
That the black, was it Blackout Tuesday?
yeah, Blackout Tuesday and all these events,
Yeah.
these are all figured events cause what's it achieving? We're not getting any proceeds down to our actual black communities. The shops in Brixton, I'm not seeing any of that money.
Oh right, the shops in New Cross ain't seeing that money.
yeah.
The shops in Brooklyn and Harlem and you get me, the list goes on, Manhattan and Bronx and
All over.
No one ain't seeing this money. So cool. So now, alright, UK now we're here innit, so where we're based innit. So it matters a lot. Whatever's going on here, we're involved. We've got to know what's going on as the people innit. Cool. So people have started the BLM UK here. Yeah? Alright. So like I said, anything to do with Black Lives Matter, yeah? Not the movement, not anyone's company, not what anyone's agenda is, anything to do with that. Our lives matter, innit, yeah? Man's on it, like, man's supporting because man's against, fuck it. Anyone that's racist, man's against that, innit? Any racism, man's against that. Man's anti-racism, innit? You get me? AR, anti-racism. So that's what man can just say, innit? Fuck it. So they started BLM UK. We've done our research into it, innit? Obviously it's going around as well on social media, but man's done my own research. I don't just watch man's videos and go, yeah, that's what he said, nah. Because a few weeks ago people were saying, yeah, BLM UK or whatever, and then you get me? So anyway, so when man's doing man's research, it's on Company House. You get me? There's 3 different companies registered with BLM UK, and the first one was registered when all this was going on. So like you just said, people were registered as a company, as a limited company. So obviously now, what it is, it's like you have it set up as a charitable organisation.
You're not setting up to give back to the people.
You're not setting up to give back. You see what I'm saying? You're setting up to employ people, to pay taxes, yeah? You're setting up to do all of these, to make a profit, innit? So cool, so they've done that. Then they're on the same agenda as the ones in America, yeah? And then there's a man going around that's a Caucasian, and he is trying to trademark the name Black Lives Matter and trademark the name I Can't Breathe, yeah? Trademarking means for people that don't understand, that name, like Natural Flavors, that name is
any uses of it.
Any usage of it, you can basically be sued. So I own that name. Yeah? Alright. So now we have the EDO. People have protested in London and they protested in Bristol first and the statue got taken down.
They pulled down Corden statue. Big up the people in Bristol for that.
Big up Bristol for that. Man, big you up for that. Yeah? Love for that. You get me? One love. So you pull down the slave master statue, you lot were clued up down there. Yeah. So boom now, they pulled down the statue in Bristol.
Big up to them, man.
Yeah, big them up, you get me?
Yes.
And then obviously, what that's happened now, that started like the EDO, like you said, the EDO didn't like that, innit?
Yeah, they didn't like that.
They got upset, and not just them, the other fascists that don't claim to be EDO, they didn't like that as well. And then there's probably people that say, it's history of the country or history of their part of the country
and things like that. And it's like we've been seeing like in the news that they want to be making reparations. Like companies are quick to support that, governments are quick to say, we don't tolerate this kind of thing in our society.
That's right.
They're not doing any action, and then they're seeing the thing with the statues now. They're saying, yeah, we'll take down this one over here. We'll take this one over there.
Right, yeah. So yeah, that's right. You're right. So the government started reviewing the statues after that because they said, so raw. The people them are starting to uprise now. You know, people them are starting to kind of let off, you know, and start licking down things, and because they're starting to get clued up. Because obviously we're in the age now. They say we're in the age of Aquarius, where information is accessible so much. We're getting to learn everything that's happened in history, innit? Where in the dark ages things were erased and that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that's happened, and then obviously people were protesting in London as well, and they were protesting in Hyde Park, going to Parliament Square. They were going to the American Embassy, innit? And then obviously some of the protesters, they must have defaced the Winston Churchill statue. You get me? And that's when the EDO guys were like, "Fuck this!" And obviously that Tommy guy, whatever his name is, Tommy Robinson, and that he must have. Put out a post, Tommy Robinson put out a post, yeah, on social media, innit? But he's done that to antagonize us, innit? Real talk. So anyway, so he put that out. Yeah, all you so-called patriots and that, how comes you weren't protecting the statue, this and that? Next week, Saturday, because Saturday was the Saturday was meant to be the last day of the so-called BLM UK's protest, but that's what I'm saying. But they're not even behind that protest. What we're going to find out, what we've later on found out. So anyway, that's the Black Lives Matter thing, of the whole situation of what's happened to George Floyd. That was the last day, man, they were meant to protest, innit? Me personally, I wasn't out there, innit, protesting, innit, in the beginning, because I know there's loads of things going on. But I do believe in it, and I do believe that we need to stand up and fight for our rights, innit? But anyway, so when that's happened now, my man's saying, Raw, yeah. So the last day, we're coming down. Us and this FLA, Football Alliance or whatever association, we're coming down. And when we come down, we're going to protect our statue. You see what I'm trying to say? So these man's motive is not to come down and protect the statue, which we all know that, innit? So it's caused a big uproar on social media, innit? Everyone's going mad. Some people are like, raw, like, everyone's got a point, innit? People like, right, man's going down, fuck it. You get me? We had the soldiers ready as well to go down. You get me? And it's not no fronting for the camera. Had the soldiers, but anyway, other people were like, raw fam, how's man just gonna get drawn out by this guy when it's like, bro, man's meant to be protesting for a reason, for a cause, innit? So if you're protesting for a cause, if you was out there protesting for that cause, yeah, you can't get drawn out, innit? So if that day is the day they're coming down, that's the draw out. Don't get drawn out, and you're gonna get nicked and da. So anyway, that's happened, innit? Boom, the day's come now. But there was two mixed opinions, innit? And this is the thing about our community. We need to communicate more. The leaders need to come together more. All this ego thing where certain people don't want to holler at certain people or certain. You get me? Because the communication now. Some of the protesters said, well, we're still going, bro. Like, well, we can't just stop, which is right. We can't just stop. You get me? And some of the people said, no, we're not going to go. So what's happened now? They've gone down, and then obviously everyone's getting videos of these men just fighting the police, these EDO man, them. They've come down and that. But Tommy's put out a video before that and said, oh, sorry, I didn't mean towards the black people, this and that. Like, because he knew what time it was. It's like about, what did he say about the rappers and that, innit? He didn't want trouble from all the rappers and that. That's what he was saying, innit? But everyone was like, raw, they're still gonna come. Even though he said, raw, I'm not coming, they're still gonna come, innit? So cut a long story short, they came down, obviously. The man them that were still protesting, shouts out to the ones that were there, innit? The megas, and you get me, they were there, they didn't go down there to cause violence, they were there to protest for the people, and I fully respect that, innit? And then it's like later on in the day now, the protesters from the EDO are walking up, but we've already been seeing that they're fighting police, they're doing all this fuck, because like we said, they're coming up for trouble. There's no football on, blood. It's Corona, that's what I'm saying. Enough of them are on furlough, enough of them ain't got no jobs, they're bored, fam, and they want, remember, they used to having weekend punch-ups and them thing there, innit? With the next team, Millwall or whatever, or if England going to play Euros, they're used to it, that's their thing, innit? These little pussies have come down. Yeah, I thought they could try and come down. And when they've come down, they're fighting the feds. The feds were on the ropes, yeah. The people said they've done a good job. I wasn't there, but it looked like the feds were on the ropes. And then the people in the main Trafalgar bit protect Trafalgar, you get me? And these guys didn't come to protect Winston Churchill. They came down for fucking violence, you get me, on smoke. And big up to everyone, innit? People that didn't go, because at the end of the day, everyone's in different circumstances. Everyone thinks different. Not everyone's the same, like. Man ain't going down there to be standing there and throwing bottles and that, you get me, man? You see what I'm trying to say? So if things are different, some people want to go down there and do other things, innit? So it's like for man to go down there and draw himself out, or even if man does catch up on one of them and smacks one of them up, You get me?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to be a protest, let it be a protest.
Exactly. If it's meant to be a link up to fight, then it shouldn't be in Trafalgar Square. Let them man there think they could come through any of the communities that we live in.
Exactly.
Then it will be a different thing. You start seeing everyone outside.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, them man they show their true colours.
They show their true colours.
And their so-called leaders show his true colours.
Yeah.
As well, innit?
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
To be honest, for me, I don't even pay the man no mind anymore. Cause
Yeah.
They got
they got served in it. Like the people they came down, they know what happened. Their whole team knows they got smoked in it. Like the man that got caught out or thought they could stand up to man, they got smacked up and they got smoked, bro. That's what was gonna happen. And if we all came out, bro, you guys would listen. What I'm just gonna say now, yeah. If we all came out, yeah. That's what I'm saying. People saying, oh, you this, but if we all came out, there'd have been a lot of people in prison right now. And a lot of people that I know that when they got arrested, bruv, and it's like, bro, them man there right now, entrepreneurs starting their own businesses, they've got families, bro. They don't wanna be drawn out, but they're fighting for their rights. They went there, they never harmed no one, and they got arrested. Then I woke up a few days later, I saw the CCTV, like you know, like on the news, innit, all the pictures that they gathered, because they had a Fed going around with a camera while the man's fighting and that. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like. These things we need to know, like you said earlier on, with the systematic racism thing. So, alright, cool.
Yeah.
It's against the law. Or the police will make it a thing where if you're in a gang, yeah, they're going to set up a gang unit. Like what we was talking about earlier with the trial and all these things. And then they will set up these gang units to antagonise us here, Trexx. So what about these man here, when they used to have the National Front in the Parliament as a political party, or they used to have EDO out here marching, yeah, against people that are protesting. When they're doing their protests, no one troubles them, you know.
Yeah.
No one troubles them. You see what I'm trying to say? And it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
They should have been stopped.
100%.
They should have been stopped. You see what I'm trying to say? That shouldn't have even been able to go on.
Yeah,
but you can see the place we're in. We have to say, ah, cool. Now I'm gonna have to wake up and smell the coffee now, innit? And no, raw, bro. This thing here, you can tell, like these man have an agenda. You get me? Like have a bigger agenda. Like the Tommy guy. Them man, I heard that they're funded by certain people. You get me? I'm not gonna mention it, but they're funded by certain people, so they have an agenda. Someone paid for all their coaches to come down. Someone paid for all their Airbnbs to come down. Yeah. You get me?
It's different,
It's
isn't
not
it?
a joke thing, bro. That's
It's
what I'm
different,
telling man now.
Because at the end of the day, all we're trying to say is there's two different sets of responses from everyone.
That's
Government, police, media, you get me? Everyone,
right.
even the strangers on the street when you just see man, cause I got violence, like we said, we all come from the same culture, the same thing, we're dressed the same way. Yeah, they're thinking, oh, he's a shot. Okay, he must be the drug dealer. He must be the runner or whatever, innit? Like still, and even with this stuff, with the EDL stuff, it's like you said, if this was the other way round, you wouldn't be letting us causing no havoc to none of their heritage or traditions or nothing.
That's
like
right.
that.
That's
There'll
right.
be national outcry. God, the email, you lot will be in outrage.
And then also another thing is like these men said they're coming down to protect Churchill, yeah, but bro, the government boarded up all the statues, fam. So what are you coming down to stand and protect? You lot were still allowed to come down, bro. And also, it's meant to be social distancing. People are not even meant to be gathering in groups. Now, after that's happened, the government tried to make a legislation. Oh yeah, to protest. Yeah, it's against the law to be protesting if it's more than 6 people. Hold on, bro. But the people that were protesting was us because of the injustice we've been facing for years. So now it always comes back to bite us. Coronavirus. If you're ethnic minority, if you're black, you're more likely to get coronavirus and die from it. Everything is aimed at us, bro. Fuck them, fam. You see what I'm trying to say? Real talk, man. Everything's aimed at us, bro. You get me? So man needs to know, wake up, smell the coffee, and keep building their brands, keep building their businesses, and man need to work together, fam. Because this ain't no one day thing that's happened. This is an everyday thing that's going on.
This ain't a trend thing either, like car.
It's not a trend thing.
Car. People have been screaming this thing for years, like
years.
you've alluded to. So to make that change, we need that reform on all levels.
All levels.
All levels.
All
laws, courts.
Yeah.
Judges.
Yeah. We need compensation as well, fam. Like, not being rude, the Jews got their compensation back from all the madness that happened to them within the Holocaust. Like, other cultures have had compensation. So why other races have had compensation? So why can't we have our compensation? Where's all the money? Where's all the crown? Where's everything that we deserve? You see what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying that like we, like the people just saying it. It's just about worldwide. So you man on you BLM UK fam, yeah? Let me tell you something, innit? You're out here registering stuff as companies and that, yeah? Make sure your profits, bruv, yeah, are helping the communities, especially the community. Start with where you are first. Make sure, innit, bruv? Make sure, because a lot of people want to know who you guys are, innit? A lot of people want to know who you guys are. You got man them out here running around like headless chickens, bruv. We're out here for a cause, fam. Yeah, we're out here running around like, hey, who's this guy? We're trying to figure out who you people are. You're basically getting in between of the concept of what we're trying to build. Even here in the UK, when I saw the statue get pulled down, I was so like, raw. I didn't know about that post. Now I did watch a program about 2 nights before that about Bristol and the history of how they used to enslave the slave trade when they used to bring people from the Caribbean, from Ghana to the Caribbean and things like that. And the guy in Bristol, the coastal guy, how he owned all these plantations. So I did read about that. And watch about that, but I didn't know. But when I saw that, I was so happy. I was like, yes, we were revolting, bruv. The people were speaking, and the people that pulled it down weren't just black people, bruv. The white people have had enough. The Asians have had enough. You get me? And we're all one, fam. We're all fucking one, bruv.
It's the people that's willing enough
to stand up. To stand up, you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all these other men that think they can go against it, bro, you can't go against what's gonna happen, bro. You can't go against what God's created to happen, fam. So if a revolution's coming, fam, you either stand with the man that are revolting. If you go against it, you're gonna get crushed when the revolution's running. When the civil unrest is happening, you get me? You're gonna be in the crossfire, fam. Don't get caught in the crossfire. At the end of the day, like man said, bro, it's this thing right now, bro. Like it's a revolution that's happening. Just like what Bob Marley said, man.
It's about reform now.
Yeah, reform now, man. I want all my people to support. We need to start boycotting certain companies. We need to start boycotting certain brands, innit?
At the same time, we need to build our own.
At the same time, we need to build our own. Squash all your beefs, bruv. Anyone that I've got people that don't like me or you got a problem with me, bruh. It's love, innit? You get me? So hopefully it's on the same side, innit? You get me? I don't have no problem with no one. Squash all your differences with people. Let's come together and make amends, man. You get me? Let's stop being stuck in the matrix, fam, and following what people tell you to do on Instagram, and following people on Instagram, and following trends. You get me? What's all this about, fam? You get me? What is all this about, bro? Time is coming now, bro. And if you're not awoke, you're gonna get lost in the matrix and get caught in the crossfire, fam. Or you're gonna be there turning like raw, like you're gonna end up being depressed, fam. You get me? And not focusing on really what your goals are in life.
The important thing is you get me?
Yeah, man.
So you gotta keep focused.
That's it, just keep focused, you get me?
Focus.
But yeah, man, I think we've covered all the topics today, you get me? Everything, and we've rounded up everything still. So
everything still. It's a deep one to go through still, you get me? But
you have to be done, innit?
Yeah, man, I have to talk about these kind of things, cause no one else is gonna.
Exactly, no one else ain't. You get me? We've got a platform, we have to speak up. We're part of the people, we're part of the black people as well that's been going through the struggle. So yeah, man, big up to all my family, big up to everyone, innit, yeah? Like, subscribe, comment, get involved, innit, yeah?
Done.